So DNA replication. DNA replication is splitting one DNA into two different DNAs, conserving the old and new DNA. So this is just like recycling. Recycling materials represent the nucleotides, the bases, the phosphates, the sugars, and yeah, they're represented by the cans, the bottles, the paper, and all that good stuff. So how does this work? So the materials go into a factory, it's a recycling depot, which is like the nucleus and their DNA and all that stuff. So the materials go into a machine that breaks down, which is like helicase, into different piles. It gets broken down. So the original pile and the new pile come together, which is like DNA polymerase, because the same materials go in the same pile. So all that new and old material gather together, and that makes a new recycling material, which is like your new bottles and new cans and all that. Topoisomerase are like molds which hold the shape of the bottles so it doesn't get too big, doesn't get too small, doesn't lose its shape. So new DNA is the bottles because they have the old material and the new material. The old is still conserved, which is called semi-conservative. Conserves old material but still has new material. So the old one turns into new one, just like DNA replication. DNA transcription. So DNA transcription is like represented by an MBA team, and all the business, all the process happens inside an MBA office, which is like the nucleus. So this guy here looks professional, looks formal, is the GM, and the GM has all the information that he needs to make a successful team. He has all the ideas, all the vision that he has, and he is the DNA. So DNA helicase is like breaking down all his ideas into different sections, which is like his scouting reports. It's all what he wants in a team to make it successful, to make it win championships and all that. That is DNA helicase. So he breaks his idea into different sections, which is like your defensive section, your offensive section, your quickness, your agilities, and all that. So all those different reports, there are like many of them. They're broken down and they're all separated now, and then other scouts come in and try to pick up those things so they can go out and find that player for that team that is qualified for his needs. So yeah, they match up to their different specialties and abilities. So the offensive scout picks up the offensive thing, and that is RNA polymerase. That's how they match up. So the scouts are your mRNA. They match up and they have the ideas that they need, all the information that they need to go get a team. Topoisomerase, on the other hand, is like the other management, your president, your assistant GMs, your owners, and they help make sure that everything is controlled and correct. So they don't want to make any mistakes during that whole process, or else they're gonna break down, collapse, and their team's gonna lose, not gonna be successful. So your scouts are the mRNA, and they're gonna be going, and they have the info to build a team. So all of them go together to different colleges out there, whether it's UCLA, Harvard, Ohio State, Kentucky, UBC even. They're gonna go and find those different players that they need. So DNA translation. DNA translation is all these scouts with all these different ideas in their head about the team, all the information that the GM wants them to know, wants them to find about the team, all the reports. And they're going to be going out to the different colleges, UVic, UCLA, Ohio, Harvard, any kind of university colleges for future NBA players. So the mRNA are these scouts which have the information for a team. And then the tRNA are the coaches. See all these different coaches that line up, and all those different coaches read them and say, hey, this is what they want. Codons are the scouts and the coaches are the anti-codons. So the anti-codons, such as the coaches, go to the universities or colleges and find the perfect fit that they want. So let's say if a coach wants a tall defensive center post, and the player is a 7-foot center, they're gonna get him. They're gonna find the perfect fit. In case this guy's a perfect fit, and they're gonna bring him back to the team, which is like the amino acid. All the different players, whether they're big, small, quickness, depending on the information that the GM wants, right? All the players here are your amino acids, and if they qualify, then your amino acids. And then the NBA team is all the polypeptide, all the players come together and they're like a polypeptide chain, and then they make an NBA team. So this whole thing is your NBA team or your pro team. This is translation, transcription, and replication analogy.